right, guys, let's go ahead and check out this compilation video. Here we go.
You a millionaire, billionaire. Why are you giving me money like you work at McDonald's?
Wait, hold on.
That don't even make sense.
Like $100 here type
That's
shit.
stupid.
Okay.
You're not even on that level. So why are you treating me? That's penny pinching to me. Now, if you are a guy who works a 9 to 5, and that's really all you have, then he's not penny pinching. You see what I'm saying? Because he really don't have that to give.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is a guy who works a 9 to 5, who's just a regular average guy, he's giving me more than what a millionaire is giving me. That's a problem. This man is working hard, 60 hours a week. He like, baby, what you need?
Damn.
Giving you money like he a D-boy, like he a ball player.
That's that man that want to really be with you, though.
That's what I'm saying, though. Okay, but what about the guy who got it and don't give it to you? That's penny pinching.
These types of modern women don't understand that you got to put in blood, sweat, and tears to acquire that money. Okay, money ain't falling from the sky. You actually have to think of a strategy, brainstorm, not only strategize, but you have to strategically plan and execute. Okay, you have to do all these things in order to get the money. Truth be told, the more money you make, the less money typically you want to spend. Okay, you start to become frugal. You understand how hard it is to acquire this money, consumer products, clothes, and things that don't really mean anything. Okay, liabilities. The less money you want to spend on those kind of things. Okay, so maybe these high value, high productive, high capable men are viewing you as a liability. I'm just saying, and that could be the reason why they don't want to spend any money. Okay, because if you were a fit, feminine, and friendly woman, a woman that these high value guys want, you wouldn't have to finesse them into spending money on you. Okay, they would naturally want to protect and provide.
You know how they say keep a roster while you're dating helps soften the blow when somebody doesn't work out? Well, what they failed to mention is the possibility that you can end up breaking up with your entire roster in a short period of time. I didn't go through one breakup, I went through 3 back to back. I thought like if somebody in your roster gets dropped from the team and then you replace them, what do you do when the entire roster disappears overnight? That's not how this was supposed to work. I put so much time and energy into building my roster. Where was the warning label? This wasn't in the fine print. Not like I would have read it anyways, but.
Or maybe your roster dropped you. Okay, I'm just saying you are the common denominator in this situation. Okay, and it's truly fascinating that women are having kind of locker room talk out in public. Okay, just overtly in your face, talking about having a roster, a rotation of men. Okay, multiple men, just simply willy-nilly posting it on social media with no shame. Okay, it's truly fascinating. It really is.
If you have to ask your husband to buy something, that's financial abuse, and that's not okay. And I still hear so many, especially Christians, like, oh, but you should always, like, this is like crazy. You're not a child, you're an adult. So if you're in a consensual relationship, like, hello, you shouldn't have to ask to buy things. That drives me absolutely nutty. But I found out, like, the more and more I've worked with tens of thousands of women, that they all have to ask. Like, even to make a purchase of a dress, like they would have to ask for money. And I'm like, this is freaking crazy. Like nothing boils my blood more. And so I wanted to start teaching people, okay, this is how you can make money from home. And then as they started to make money, they started to have more choices and more options. And then I need to teach them like, okay, here are all of the things you could do with the money you're making. So that way you can never be under, somebody's fist. I hate that.
All right, guys, let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, I think it depends on the relationship. Okay, the dynamic of the relationship, who's in charge of what. But for the most part, if you're taking 2 average people that have a average salary and you're kind of putting that together, okay, yeah, more or less, you're going to have that communication in regards to how we're spending the money. Okay, as a man, you don't want to be with a woman that is constantly spending money on an impulse because she wants a dress or something shiny because she feels like it. Okay, you want to be with somebody that's financially responsible, okay, preferably debt-free, that doesn't have a lot of debt, so that you're able to kind of get to that next level as a couple. Okay, if you want to buy a house, if you want to start investing, so on and so forth, You don't want to be with somebody that is financially irresponsible, okay? Especially when it comes to finance. Finance is like top 3 of how people end up getting a divorce, okay? So if you're hiding things and spending things that you're not supposed to, which could potentially compromise the relationship in its entirety, yeah, you don't want to do that.
Ladies, do not ever, ever, under any circumstances, ever, and I cannot stress this enough, clean up a man's place of living. Don't do it. Don't do it if he asks. Don't do it if you feel compelled to do so because you think you're being helpful, because you just think like, oh, this place is absolutely disgusting. Someone should clean it. Don't do it. Don't. Listen to me. Set out as you mean to go on. When you start doing these things, like cleaning, doing his laundry, making his lunches, taking on the labor for him, that's what becomes expected of you. And it makes it so much harder when you come to realize, wow, this is a lot that I'm holding by myself and doing because it's expected of me. And then you're like, hey, I would actually like to offload some of this back to you. Why would they do that? Why would they be like, oh, yeah, sure. It has benefited them greatly for you to do it for a very long time. So I beg of you, don't ever do this. Don't ever start to do it unless you plan on doing it for the duration of your relationship.
Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, because I think if you're dealing with a high value, high productive, high capable man, okay, a man that is, busy and, he invites you over and maybe things are a little untidy. There's some dishes in the sink. Maybe there's clothes that need to be folded. You're kind of looking around as a woman and seeing that, he's working hard, and let me go ahead and insert myself accordingly and be inspirational and make his life a little easier. Okay, adding to the campaign, a high value, high productive, high capable man is going to see that and he's going to take notice of that. Okay, that's a easy way for a woman to position herself to be chose. Okay, because these women don't understand, these modern women here don't understand that a man has to choose you. Okay, you have to be chose in order to get married. Okay, we all know the stats by 2030, I think it was 2030, almost 50% of women are going to be single and childless. Okay, so if you think that you're gonna do the bare minimum, okay, take a bath, show up, and not really insert yourself, and you think you're gonna be chose out here, you have another thing coming.
Work has definitely had me in a chokehold, but I still made time for 3 dates last week, so let's rate them together. Surgeon Bay took me to the movies, and don't come for me, but I'm really not a big movie date in the beginning stages of getting to know someone. You really can't interact. And y'all, I got some tea on this one, okay? Because we have not talked since this movie date, and I'll let you guys know why.
Yeah, the fact that she's able to go on 3 dates in 1 week is crazy. Okay, and what's even crazier, you got surgeons and professionals that probably don't want their business out there, and she's running to TikTok and telling her life story. So it's almost like you got to ask a woman nowadays, do you do TikTok? Do you tell your life story on TikTok? And if you do TikTok, am I going to be featured in a video? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that these modern women are serial daters and they're just telling their life story for social media. Nasty work. It really is.
So Travel Bay came back into town, so we went out and we did dining in the dark. So this was his idea. One thing I will give him, he comes up with really cool date ideas, and this was in Columbia, Maryland. I'm not sure if they have them all over, but definitely check the Fever app. So everything you're doing is blindfolded, you guys, and this was a crazy experience. I will definitely give this date idea a 10 out of 10. But I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. Like, I'm really still not sure how I feel about Travel Bay. He's super sweet, he's super nice, but there's just something that I'm not fully connecting with. Let me know how long it takes for you guys to kind of figure out if you're really feeling someone or not. Do you kind of know right away, or do you give it a little bit more time? Granted, we are going into 2 months, so let me know if I'm tripping and giving up too fast.
Yeah, so 2 months into it, he's probably spending a bag, doing all these fancy dates, probably racking his brain on where to take her to impress her and kind of build on the momentum of going on these lavish kind of cool dates. And she's here benefiting from being courted, and she doesn't know if she feels him, you know what I mean? So this is just a prime example. You don't have to necessarily spend a whole lot of money in order for a woman to feel you or not, because this is proof literally that even if you spend $500 plus on a date, there's no guarantee that she's actually going to like you. Okay, so we've already talked about this in previous videos. You kind of want to keep your investment low at the very beginning until you actually figure out if she actually likes you, and then you can kind of ramp it up from there.
A new bae has entered the chat. So for the third date, I'm going out with Jim Bae. I met him on Hinge, but I think I'm over the dating apps, and I think that I am over adding more people to the roster. So he's pretty much probably going to be the last one at this point. We did a Sunday fun day, and it was super cute. He came with my favorite flowers. We hit a few spots like this arcade, Watershed, and some few other places. The vibes were really vibing, so I'm actually looking forward to going out on a second date with him. But let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, so this is literal proof that you're not the only one. Okay, she has multiple options dangling, these beta orbiters that are showering her with attention, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm just saying, if she's not your girl, she's not your wife, there are others. Okay, let's be clear. But to be fair, if she's saying to these guys, you know what, I don't really want anything serious from this. Okay, I just want to be out here, enjoying the vibes, having a good time. There's no expectations. Therefore, because there's no expectations and I don't want to lead you on, let me go ahead and spend 50% of this date. Okay. I wonder if she said that. I'm just saying.
Even though I've had an amazing time over these past few months, I think I'm going to put a pin in it. When I started this journey back in February, I had no idea what I was in for or what I would be gaining, but I want to share a little bit of takeaways that I got from this whole experience. My communication skills have gotten so much better in this time with just being more upfront and more open without feeling like I have to compromise or kind of appease other people with my needs. There are some amazing people and genuine people out here that will respect your boundaries and just genuinely want to get to know you and want to enjoy your company. Chivalry is not dead, okay? There are a lot of men out here that want to be chivalrous, so don't turn it down. I allowed myself to be way more open when it came to dating younger, dating a lot older, if they had kids, if they had been divorced, and really not holding those things against them. Like, we're all people and we've all been through things in our lives, and just being open and hearing what they've been through and seeing how we can connect at this stage in life. It is okay if things do not work out. Maybe you're just going to get a good friend out of this, a business partner, a supporter, someone. It doesn't always have to lead to a relationship. I have also allowed myself to really have fun. Like, I think I took dating a little bit too seriously. And don't get me wrong, dating is serious. But in this stage of it, it should be lighthearted. It should be fun. And I allowed myself to really enjoy getting to know these men. Being okay with saying no, setting your boundaries, and not feeling guilty is something that I also was able to work on. I've been someone who's been trying to practice healthy attachment and non-possession, and I think that this also helped as well, because I was able to allow not only myself, but the other person to be an individual. Overall, I definitely had an amazing time. This is going to be the end of this, but who knows? Maybe there'll be season 2.
Okay, so she's trying to justify why she's a serial dater. And again, if she's telling these guys, hey, I have no interest in a relationship, or I'm in a weird place, I'm not really feeling it, no pressure, I don't want to commit anytime soon, or something along those lines, you know, just kind of giving the heads up and allowing these guys to make the decision ultimately if they want to stay in that situation or not. If she's doing that, then okay, cool. Okay, that's on the guys that want to stay in that situation and ultimately try to, I guess, somehow finesse her into wanting to get into a relationship. That's on the guys. Okay, to be fair, that's on the guys. But if she's giving them a slither of hope, okay, kind of leading them on, edging them on, so to speak, that maybe, just maybe, there might be an opportunity for a relationship, and she has multiple guys that she's seeing in rotation, okay, a roster of guys, yeah, that's an issue. Okay, that is an issue. Okay, and as a guy, you don't want to be in a situation where you are a beta orbiter. Okay, you're just simply showering a woman with attention and resources because she wants to find herself, right? If you want to find yourself on your own dime, okay? Don't use my resources to do so. I'm just saying. And as a guy, you just want to kind of be aware of what's going on, okay? You want to have your head on a swivel. You want to make sure you're not being used out here, because trust me, if you're not aware of what's going on, and you're kind of oblivious to how certain things work, how, you know, certain scenarios work, you could easily be tricked and fooled. You really can. But let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and provide me some feedback. And until next time.